was.
Oh yeah. Right. Have you got Lala? Have you got another device?
Yes, I have.
Can you go on to YouTube so you can like see what people are saying?
Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, see what the. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Cut
See what the people are saying.
chat.
Oh, Lala.
What up?
Okay.
So is this? Have you uploaded it? Is it playing live now?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
Oh, Lala. Turn it down.
What up?
Okay.
Cool. All right.
All right, let's go. Welcome to another edition of Cut the Chat, a very skeleton version today. Ace can't make it. Lee has probably broken down in the rain, run out of diesel in his dilapidated cab. Femi is probably off doing celebrity lifestyle with popcorn. So we have a special guest, the wonderful Lala.
Yay!
Come on. Well, go on.
David, do you know what this means? La-di-da. Do you remember back in the day? We're
Might
back.
be the start of it. This might be the start of it.
Who needs Ace? Who needs Femi? Who needs Lee? Sod them. Go. They can't even turn off on time.
we might be onto something, Lala. We might be onto something.
La-di-da.
We're gonna keep this one probably about 45 minutes because I've got dessert that I need to go and consume.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Right. There's a few things that have popped off this week. Quite a few things. The most recent, R. Kelly found guilty.
Wow, 140 years. He might be facing max them big numbers.
Last time I heard, earlier today, I thought I heard that he could be facing like 20 years.
Nah. Because when they attached the racketeering thing next to it, I thought, yeah, they want him bad. So when they do that RICO charge, it's no joke. I think that the only other person I can remember, like super famous or like top criminal that they put the RICO charge on was what's the name of that gangster? Oh God.
Frank Lucas.
No, Italian. Chicago, one of them mafia bosses, big wigs. Al Capone.
Al Capone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they tend to stick those charges on when they really want to get,
So do you know what this racketeering charge is? Because when I heard racketeering, I'm thinking he don't move drugs. Because okay, let's go back to the beginning. So he got found guilty of what did he get found guilty of, love?
Hang on a sec. You should see. I'm not prepared today. So racketeering, what do you call it? Sex trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly charges. All right, found guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking, basically. Yeah, the two top ones.
But what is? Could you explain what the racketeering charge is? What is that? What is racketeering?
Oh, flipping out. Okay, hang on. Let me get the proper term before I get it wrong. I don't want nobody to be like, no, that's not right. Okay, Kelly was found guilty of racketeering charges comprised of 12 individual criminal acts. He was also found guilty of 8 violations of the Mann Act, which is some new act that I've never heard of before. And that involves the transportation of a victim across state lines for criminal sexual activity. The singer is also facing 10 years to life in prison. I heard it was more than that. He was also found guilty of all charges against him. He pleaded not guilty. It doesn't actually say what racketeering is.
Okay, no worries. So basically, right now it's looking peak.
Yeah.
Not even looking, it is peak. So When I was watching the news earlier, they was talking about there's people or somebody or some organization trying to get all of his music taken down from
Jesus.
everywhere, which I agree with. I fully agree with.
Well, you already know my stance on it already. I gave up on R.
Absolutely.
Kelly a long time ago, and I just think people need to let go of that man. Um, if his music, if his music disappeared tomorrow, it's not going to affect anyone's life in no way, shape, or form. I
Right.
just think people,
Well, pause there. Because
yeah,
when we have these discussions in the barbershop, what certain people like to say is, are we taking down the music that he's vocally on? Because if we take down everything that he's done, Wagwan Lee, if we take down everything
Hello.
if we take down everything that he's done, you're talking about, you know, the music that he's produced for people and music that he's written for. So does that affect all of those artists? Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, when that documentary came out, Surviving R. Kelly, and, you know, everyone was talking about, he was telling us what he was doing in his lyrics on his albums. Would that be the same for these other artists that he's written for? You know,
that's a difficult one because there's so many songs that he's written. There are songs out there that he's written that I'm not even aware of him.
Absolutely.
So I'm probably there like bopping away to whatever banger he's made, not realizing that's an R. Kelly joint there. It's really interesting. I don't know if you saw Ja Rule's recent interview with what's his name again? Noriega on his show, Drink Champs.
No. Okay.
So they were like asking whether or not, you know, they were going to play, him and Fat Joe were going to play any of the R. Kelly songs that they did on the verses. So Joel was saying, no, we decided that we weren't going to do that. It's too much problems. Like R. Kelly is a man with, you know, huge issues going on at the moment. But he did say he would have played it had Fat Joe said that he was going to play his tracks with R. Kelly. I just think, why do you need Fat Joe to give you the cosign? Either you want to play the man's tracks that you did with him or you don't. And I just think people, again, are struggling with this whole notion of letting go of that man. And I don't
You know what it is? Some people are sheep in it. Some people are sheep. Some people are not shepherds. And Ja Rule in that situation was not a shepherd, was not prepared to stand out on his own and say, this is what I'm doing. Lee, what do you reckon about this whole R. Kelly thing and them cancelling? You know, I believe that they should cancel his music, wipe his music off of all platforms. But obviously, you know, there's probably twice as much music that R. Kelly doesn't feature on, that he's written and produced, that we do know about and that we don't know about. So obviously, do you think this will affect all of that as well?
Do you know what? You know what I think about it, yeah? I think Dave Chappelle. Hi, La. You're
hello,
right.
my darling. You look goody.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, man. You know something I move. Dave Chappelle said a quote the other day, and it said, if Santa got caught getting his dick sucked, would they cancel Christmas?
What the fuck?
Wait, how is that even a comparison?
You feel me? But I just think, you know, it's one of those ones.
Wait. Before you continue, that's different. Because first and foremost,
Yeah, go on.
in responding to what you said, quoting Dave Chappelle, it depends who's sucking Santa Claus's dick.
Yeah.
Because if it's his wife, it's not a problem.
What say it ain't Mrs. Claus though. Say it's one of the youths, their mums. One of the youths, their mummies that left out the mince pie.
That's
even
fine.
if it's an adult, if it's a consenting adult, that's fine. If we're talking about the R. Kelly thing, then you know.
Where I stand on the R. Kelly thing, I think that. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say, like, Christmas isn't Santa Claus. You can have Christmas without Santa. You know, we can replace Santa Claus with MC Hammer. I don't know.
I just think. I mean, look, it's not the same, but I just think that, you know, things like Raw got pulled off of Netflix because of what was said in Raw. Do you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In terms of like the stuff that was said. But do I think it should have been pulled off? I think it was comedy of his time, and it was something that was said of his time. But you know, they've cancelled it. It is what it is. Am I going to stop watching Raw because of what was said? No. So I feel like with R. Kelly, when I listened to his music, the character became big when I heard about the scandal. But before the scandal, I don't really like. I'm not really into the person themselves, unless it was Michael Jackson. I'm not really being into the artist like that. I'm not the type of person. If I go concert, it's because Gal want to go concert. But I'm not going to go concert because I want to go concert.
Yeah, but Lee, Lee, we're not going to sit down and watch any programs with Jimmy Savile in it. We're not going to do it.
But I would do. I would watch it because I'm curious to know the character that was on the TV screen, because I never watched no Jim Would Fix It or nothing. So I probably would watch it now just to see what he was about. Do you get what I mean?
I hear you. I disagree, but I hear you.
Yeah, and I understand it. Because am I gonna stop playing R. Kelly? Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still gonna beat his tunes. I'm not gonna beat to his tunes, but I'll still beat the tunes when I'm washing up.
God.
When I'm washing up, I might have a moment where are you telling me that he's got some classics, you know? There's some classic rhythms in there.
But Lee, if you never listen to them ever again, what effect is that going to have on your life?
No, yeah, but if I never listened to, but that could be with any artist though. I could.
Yeah, you could, but we're talking specifically about R. Kelly, so that's the question.
But
If
that was on every sex tape I made.
If its entire back catalogue disappeared tomorrow, how are you going to feel about that?
I wouldn't be pissed. I wouldn't be
There
pissed.
you go. That's what I'm saying.
You know
like
what?
I'm trying to understand this struggle.
You know what? A couple of years ago, when this all popped off, yeah, I remember being at, maybe a rave or a Shabeens or a christening or even a wedding, and noticing that they haven't played any R. Kelly. The DJ hasn't played any R. Kelly because R. Kelly's got some banging wedding tracks, christening, just rhythms for weddings and christenings and their family events. He's got some banging tracks. I can't tell you the last time I thought that. I can't tell you the last time I was listening to music and thought, oh, right, the DJ's really not playing R. Kelly. And I think right now, for how many years it's been, I'm with Lala. If it doesn't affect me one iota.
No, I'm not bothered. I believe I'm not bothered, but I'm not gonna lie and say I wouldn't some tunes. If I was having a slow jam battle against someone, I might pull up some Robert. That's what I'm saying.
Who you battling?
Boy, whoever wanted to go slow jam, I'm gonna bring out Tank. I'm gonna bring out all them, man. Some Jaheim, and Robert might just come up as my wild card. That's gonna be my wild card artist. I might play some Robert. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not like I hear. Are we not playing him because of what he's done?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but can't we just not associate him with that music?
No, because it is him. Because effectively, it is him, and this is the thing. Yeah, like very rarely, I actually don't know if this has actually happened where an artist doesn't give some of themselves, whether it's a rapper, a singer. I don't know of any rapper or any singer, male or female, that doesn't perform and give a part of themselves. Do you know what I mean? So, to turn around and say that his art is his art and what he was keeping up behind closed doors, and I'm not saying you, but anyone, to say that what he's keeping up behind closed doors is not my concern and I can ignore that to entertain the music, I think that's a very dangerous standpoint, because you turn around and you speak to somebody who this is affected directly. Do you know what I mean? Like, you speak to somebody, and God forbid if someone close, or if you think, how would you feel if it was somebody close? Like, no one could turn around to me and say, well, boy, he didn't do nothing to my people, and it's only no. I think there's crimes, and then there's that. And I think for as long as we've been doing the podcast and for as long as we've known each other, yes, we entertain crime, and we shouldn't entertain crime. In an ideal world, we shouldn't entertain crime. But I think everybody with a backbone, and even with a conscience, or with just common sense, or with blood pumping around their body, draws a line at, domestic violence, mentally or physically, anything to do with children, and anything to do with rape. Do you know what I mean?
You know what's funny? My mum said one thing to me growing up, yeah, and she said to me, "I'll forgive you for doing anything, but if you rape a woman, you're not my child no more."
Yeah.
So and I remember when she said that, and I thought, "Rah, you would." Not saying that I would like wanting to ever get away with a heinous crime like that. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's deep. It's deep. She knows if that was me, she never taught me to do that, and she never raised me like that. So
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's mad. It is mad. Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Do you not want to know what racketeering means now?
Go on. Because I want to know how that fits in with what he's been keeping up with.
Yeah, so racketeering is a type of organized crime in which the perpetrators set up a coercive, fraudulent, extortionary, or otherwise illegal coordinated scheme or operation to repeatedly or consistently collect money or other profit. So does it make sense? So basically, I think this relates to the fact that I think they're trying to say that he's sex trafficking women, because one of the charges is that he was transporting underage girls across state lines. So that is probably considered racketeering.
You remember he had that yard, he had that thing in that loft apartment where and he had the yard, and obviously, in America, the whole state lines thing, I get it. So yeah. And the thing is,
he was sending out man to get young things for him and bring them back.
Yeah.
So what about these guys? Are they not going to be?
Probably.
I hope so. I hope so. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
There must be there must be, if he's doing that, and he's been doing it for as many years as he's been doing it, there must be up to at least 10 to 20 people that knew this was going on.
100%.
Easy.
Yeah.
Because man like that has so many people around him.
Well, who was
it? Himself? No way.
What rapper was it in the was it T.I. in the documentary where I think they was backstage and they was talking about R. Kelly working with somebody's daughter, and I think
it was T.I.'s daughter.
And I think someone raised the question like, "Yo, boy, it's R. Kelly. What about the scandal?" And my man was like, "Boy, it's R. Kelly. He makes hits." And it's like, brother, like you, and it wasn't even like he turned around and said, "I don't believe it." It wasn't even that he turned around and said, "No, that's my guy." Until he's convicted, then I'm not believing the rumors. He kind of looked and was like, "Boy, it's R.
You know
Kelly."
what though?
You know what, D?
Do you know what, D? I think a lot of people would say that same comment. I think 100%. A lot more people than you think would say that. It's almost like, let's say Anthony Joshua was going on with some wickedness. Let's just say, for example, I think a lot of people would let things slide because of who he was.
I believe it.
You know what the funny thing is? You're absolutely right. Now, going back to the R. Kelly thing, so we're going to talk about AJ in a minute. Going back to the R. Kelly thing, I remember when I watched this documentary, and I thought, I don't know anyone that R. Kelly has excused the very insensitive pun. I don't know anyone that R. Kelly's boss. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, who
no one.
I think the only one that I remember that was close was Sparkle, and that was the madness. And that was back in
But did Sparkle even bust though? Because I'll be honest with you, I only knew her from the scandal. I didn't know about her.
No, she had the rhythm, yeah. She's got a rhythm.
Changing Faces, were they under R. Kelly?
Possibly. That's a good shout. Possibly.
That's the only one.
I don't even know who they are. Like.
Yeah, you do. Oh God, what's the song that they sung again?
How the tune go? Sing it.
Oh God, what's it song?
One of them tunes.
I don't know what that is. No.
Yeah, no, yes, one of them ones.
Yeah. That make you skank like that.
Oh, yeah, they had a song called Get Out, and I can't remember it.
Changing Faces. Their album, banger.
That was a banger.
Wait. Yeah. Are you telling me R. Kelly and the Isley Brothers, this is Mr. Big? You're not going to listen to that tune ever again.
I haven't listened to
Mr. Big. How you doing,
Mr. Big? What the hell is going on? What you mean?
To me, what's going wrong?
Wait a minute. Kelly's telling me that you're sleeping with another. Oi, that tune in U Club, 1996, was it 1994-5? What? Everyone wanted to be Robert. Everyone wanted to be Robert in that tune.
You know what? I remember when them guys brought Kelly Price over.
Mm.
And she performed that. I think it might have been Stratford Rex or Kent. I think it's Stratford Rex. And it was literally like, this side, you're R. Kelly.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
side, Ronald
Yeah.
was mental. Absolutely mental. But unfortunately, Lee, they've got to go. All that's got to go. It's got to go.
Yeah.
It's got to go. It's got to go.
It's upsetting. You know why? Because you know what even with the scandal, it thinks. I mean, look, put your mind in a criminal's mind. If you've been getting away with it and you know it's getting peak, why would you just not stop?
No, because I say this all the time, and it doesn't work like this. People only stop doing what they're doing when they get caught. That's why.
Yeah, but he got caught a long time ago, D.
No.
He bust case for the Sparkle thing years ago. People taking the piss for time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if I was selling drugs, yeah, and I got caught back then, allow it now. Let me allow it now.
No, but you didn't get caught. You didn't get caught, though. You didn't get caught. You know what happened to him? What happened to him was like his mum. It was like your mum coming in your room and finding weed, bare bags of weed in your yard. Your mum got vexed. She might have flushed it down the toilet. She might have told you to get it out of the house. She might have even told you to get out of the house. Now, you just go to your side thing and just stash it at her house. You understand? And then it comes on top of her, then you stash it at somebody else's house. It's only until you get caught when you're convicted and you go jail. And even then, bro, and that's the thing. Like, he all of these people that do these things, they think they're smarter than everybody else in it. And remember, the thing with him, yeah, is he's had an amazing amount of fans consistently throughout this. You understand? Like, I was watching.
Every time he beat a case, he released a banger.
Bro.
Yeah.
I was watching.
That's probably what it was. That's the distraction, because he got a case, then it's happy people, yeah, and then we're skanking.
But he released Step in the Name of Love after the case.
See?
That's like the banger of all bangers, right?
It's like, you know what it's like? You know what it's like?
Mitzvahs,
he's got archives there ready to bust. I bet he's got the #1 slow jam album ready. I bet it's ready to go. Packaged perfectly. Every tune's gonna be a wedding tune. Every tune.
Oh my God.
What was
you know what?
Do you remember when he tried to release that Black Lingerie album or something like that?
Was
a little while ago?
Panties or
something like that. And it was like, nah, you're begging. You're look, I mean, the sad thing is, I watched a documentary about the Night Stalker, some mad serial killer man in America back in the 80s or something. See, when they caught him and he was going to court, very much the same as R. Kelly. He had women writing to him in jail talking about, yeah, I want to marry you, I want to have your kids and this and that. My man's running around raping and murdering women, but then there's women that have, do you know what I mean? Like people, there's a certain people are tapped. So I think that's what, happened with R. Kelly, that, you're walking in and out of court, you're walking and you're still getting flooded by fans, you're still getting, the messages and this and that and that. The sad thing is, yeah, if when this first was popping off, and the people around him literally just said, big man, allow it. And literally stopped it in its tracks, stopped it dead in its tracks. Imagine where he would be now in his career.
When did he start chopping, man?
Bro?
When did he start chopping, man? When did this happen?
Listen, I think, we've all heard about how certain people, there's rumors going around about literally everyone in America, and even your guy that you know.
Don't say my guy. Don't say my guy. Don't say my guy. I don't like where you're going with this one. Who's my guy?
I'm just, you brought him up, Raw, Eddie Murphy. You understand? He got caught on a madness a couple of years ago, and we all put. I think because it's before social media, he's lucky. He's lucky. Like
how old R. Kelly?
50 something.
50 something, probably like late 50s, I would say.
You know what? How can man still be that horny at 50 though? Like, how can you still be that horny at 50 though? No, but seriously though, man, I don't even mind 1 round and I'm done on bedtime. He's still going through chopping, locking them up, doing all of that at 50 something. When did the libido stop, blood? He must be taking potions. He must be. How can a man at 50? When you're 50, you have sex once a week, if you're lucky.
Lee, I think
you're lucky, D.
I think
got a young thing.
I think all jokes aside, yeah, I think you've actually touched on quite a serious thing. Because if this wasn't perverse, yeah, if it wasn't the most horrible of crimes, then maybe what you're saying is correct. That it probably, you understand what I'm saying? You see, like, because this kind of stuff is mental, in it, it's power, it's domination, it's all of that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's not just, oh, I'm horny, I want to have sex. No, because as you're saying, when you're touching them ages there, that probably will slow down. But when you're constantly you're fully tapped to even behave like that anyway. And I don't know. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, he's convicted, found guilty.
Yeah.
You know, we'll wait till he gets sentenced to know if justice has actually properly been done.
What are you thinking?
Somebody said he might be on Viagra, Lee.
He definitely got to be on something though, love, because he needs to be on Viagra, stone, ginseng, and potion. He needs to be on everything.
What's the drink that you keep drinking that you said is good for you?
Black Stallion.
No, the other one.
What? A tin wine.
Is it Magnum?
Magnum.
No, not the Magnum. No, what Leland did you? What is it? Putitine wine and stuff.
Putitine wine. Putitine wine. All of them Yardman drinks. All them Yardman. Dragon. Right, he must be constantly drunk. He must be constantly drunk on them tonic wines there. Because there's no way. I'm not gonna lie, boy. No.
You sound tired already. You sound like you're 54 already.
Because I feel like that. Because do you know what? I just think because he had when I saw the documentary and he had all these rooms, I was thinking, you go from one room to the next room to the next room. You must be starving. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's certain rooms in my yard I don't even go into. There's certain rooms in my yard I don't even go into no more. I forgot they were there. This man locked up things in every room in the mansion. That is a madness. That's absolutely a madness.
Yeah, it was horrible. Not very
That
nice.
is a madness. The girls were stamping their feet.
Trying to get out.
Man, listen, hopefully, like mentally, all of them women can.
I hope that the people that were helping him get done as well, though, if I'm honest.
Absolutely.
Like housekeepers, all those type of people that was even in the studio. Because like I said, if you was in the studio, go on with that. I ain't in the studio no more. I'm telling you, D, that's nasty. Allow it.
Yeah. I think.
I know a man. I know a man. Yeah, and I'm not gonna throw him under the bus, but he's one of those man. He's single, yeah. But every time woman walk past, he wants to stare. I had to tell him one day, bro, allow that. It's too much. It's too much.
Don't one of them ones where it's like
everything.
Oh gosh.
Everything. And it could be from, let's say, a 10 to a 1. He's looking at, oh, look at that guy. I'm like, chill out. You're like a dog on heat. Allow it. And to a point where I said, if you carry on doing that, I can't be around you because that's not, you're making me uncomfortable as well.
We've all been around somebody like that. Yeah, I remember I was out for New Year's Eve years ago, and I'm not going to name the people that I was with, but there was a particular guy, and a girl has come out from the toilet and she's walking across the club to go back to her people that was on the other side of the club. And this guy that we was with, he's grabbed her by the hand, and it wasn't an aggressive grab. Like, it wasn't aggressive. He just held her by the hand, and he's talking to her in it, but he's holding her hand. And there was nothing aggressive about it, and nothing concerning about it. Actually, there was nothing concerning about it. Whatever she said, it's like she said, "Nah, I'm not interested." Yeah. As she's gone to walk off, he's held her hand and licked her hand from her wrist up to her elbow.
No, nasty. See all of that.
See, at the time, yeah, initially it was like, did I really just see that? Like you know when you're drunk, or no, you're not drunk. You know when you're tipsy, and anything that happens in the club is mad. It's like, wow, did man really do that? So there wasn't an aggressive reaction from any of us. It was like, right, your brethren is wild. But it was on a banterful level. Then as I'm there and I'm like, you know what? I'm dipping. This is not my brethren. I can't be seen with these people. You're not like, nah, like I'm very, very, very conscious of of who I am, do you know what I mean, within the barbershop, within society, all of that. I said, no, I can't be around these people. And I just dipped out. I'm like, there's people, listen, they're just some weirdos. There's weirdos, there's sexual deviants, there's some crazy people around. But I think with them people and R. Kelly, they need to get stamped out. And when I say stamped out, don't necessarily mean physically stamped out, but you know, when you see something, it needs to be pulled up straight away.
Yeah, more needs to be said, because too much of it is just brushed under the carpet, and it's sadly, it's actually rife. It's not even R. Kelly's just like some dirty uncle, like he's just famous. Basically, he's no different to a lot of these men that run around out here. To be fair,
there's a few Roberts in our communities, and they know who they are, and we know who they are.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. But all right, let's not
could be all day with that one.
Yeah, for real.
Did you see the fight, Lee? Did you see the fight, Lala?
I did see the fight.
I didn't see it. I saw clips.
You saw clips. What have you heard about the fight? Have you know?
Do you know what's funny? Something really didn't inspire me to even want to watch the fight. And I think I've kind of gone off boxing. Like, I'm not saying I'm a connoisseur of boxing. I'm far from it. But I have an appreciation of the sport. And what I've kind of noticed is over probably the last 5 years, I think hearing names like obviously the Logan brothers and kind of seeing all of these celebrity boxing matches kind of come up, it's kind of taken a little bit of the edge off, because it's just, everything's just about money now. So it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if this time next year, you know, an AJ or any like professional boxer is going up against, I don't know, a flipping grizzly bear, just so it can be like an exhibition match that we can all watch and pay for, just to see what the result's going to be.
The thing is, firstly, I'm with you. Over the last few years, I've lost interest in boxing. When AJ came out, and maybe because he came to the barbershop, and there's that kind of element of he's demanding, he's local, he's part of the barbershop. Man followed him around the country watching him fight. Spent a hell of a lot of money. But I think in the last few years, I'm just like, I can't be bothered, because I felt like I was getting bumped.
Yeah.
You know, tickets, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. They're like $2.50 for a decent ticket. Do you know what I mean? Then you're paying, you're traveling, whether you're going Cardiff or whatever. Even if it was like the O2 Arena where a couple of fights were, you're buying alcohol. You know, a ticket for $2.50, before you know it, that's a £400 night. You know, and yeah, you're watching the whole of the events. You're watching the undercards, and the undercards are entertaining and whatever else. But I think once people realized you're not fighting Wilder, you're not fighting Tyson Fury anytime soon, I think it'd be, you know, and that opened the doors for these YouTubers to come through. And at first I was like, this is a joke, but the reality is these YouTubers have kept boxing kind of interesting. I don't agree with professional fighters fighting these YouTubers. I think celebrities should just fight themselves. And, you know, even with what we saw last weekend or the weekend before with Arms Corleone and Bouncer, more so the Little Man fight, because the Little Man fight was funny. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, like exhibition fight, so you can laugh at these people.
See that kind of thing. And obviously, you know, listening to the Bouncer interview directly after the fight and the reason behind that event, and, you know, people put the knives down. Like, if you got a problem with somebody, let's get in the ring, let's have a straight man. Do you know what I mean? And then move on from there. And I think, you know, how they've got the verses, yeah, which is an amazing thing. They could do with something very similar in the show business game. But you know, we're digressing. Going back to the AJ and whoever he fought. From what I watched, he didn't look like himself. But then, what does his self look like? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, he just got outboxed. He just got beaten up. He just got beaten up by my man. And I've always said, yeah, sometimes you just come against someone that can actually just beat you up. Like, that's the reality. Like, and even if it's just you know, you have your rematch and you broke him up, cool, you got your belts back. But that day, take nothing away from my man. You know, he just beat up AJ, and
So is it true that this guy went up a weight just to fight
Yes.
him, and AJ came down a weight so they could meet? Is that right?
No, the other guy went up a weight.
Okay, all right. I was
Now
like,
the
what?
thing is, you see, if you're, you see heavyweights. Heavyweights are they just knock people out in it. They've got the one punch knockout thing. They've got the power. You see, and the lighter weights, you need more skill in it. You need to be nimble. Because very rarely are you hearing like middleweight man knocking man out. You know what I mean? You're small. They're physically they're probably smaller than Lee. Do you know what I mean? Like you know Mark, innit? Lee that comes to the barbershop.
Yeah.
Like what would you say he's fighting? What, 9 stone, 10 stone, something like that?
Probably about that, yeah.
Like them are light. So when you're naturally a lighter fighter, you're probably gonna be naturally faster. Do you know what I mean? And AJ just had nothing. AJ just didn't seem like he had nothing, which is worrying for the rematch. You see, if you get caught with a lucky punch, you could have been winning that fight up until that lucky punch. So you could just continue to do what you were doing in the next fight. You see, when you're getting your head knocked from left to right, backwards and forwards, from start to finish.
Do you know what though? Do you know it's one of those ones where I think, you know, like we always say, styles make fights. I've noticed over AJ's career, the smaller fighter has always troubled him. So if the guy's really short, he's always, and someone like Usyk's a good technical boxer, but actually a better technical boxer than AJ. So it's always going to be a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm a fan. I hold my hand up and say, listen, I'm a fan of AJ himself. Yeah, his boxing to me has always been a bit suspect ever since he started defending the world championship. Because before he was a bit more, I felt like he had a go. Now he's very much cautious. Clearly, he's got more to lose in it, and I understand that. But it's kind of taken the edge off of him from what I personally have noticed. Do you get what I mean? But
the hunger.
Yeah. It's like he's scared to lose the belt. Like he's got too much to lose. He's got all the sponsorships. He's got all this to lose, and I think you can see it's on his mind. In the beginning, he was knocking out man left, right, and centre for fun.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. Now we go back to the whole conversation about how many fights did you really have, and how many fights were how many.
Yeah.
We know these boxers that are picked to go on to do great things, you get a lot of hand-picked fights. The thing, did you see the Dillian White interview after the fight?
Did he say something?
Yeah, I saw bits. I saw bits.
Listen, I love Dillian White, yeah. I don't think it was his plan to lose to AJ and then have the whole boxing world love him, how he do. But he's just been himself consistently. And you see what he said something Rev. In one of his interviews, he said, like, I know AJ's better than that. I don't understand. And he tried this whatever tactic that wasn't working. And he was like, at some point, you just need to rush man and bust his head. And that's the thing, like, and that's what Lee was saying. Back in the day, he had that fire to take man out in the second round or the third round. And obviously those boxers weren't as good as these boxers now. But I remember when he went to Cardiff League and he fought, was it the Australian brother, Joseph Parker?
Parker, yeah.
And before that, people were moaning that, he's knocking man out in the second round, he's knocking man out in the third round. Can you go the distance? And he made a point to go 12 rounds. It was the most boring fight in the world. Yeah, wasted my pee. Man had to stay in some Renka Dega hotel. Yeah, with Ash. That was nearly the end of our relationship because the hotel I tried to take her to, she was like, "Hey, listen, I don't know who you think I am, but we don't do this." Yeah, listen, that whole weekend, and you see that fight, it's almost like he's trying to do the I can box, I can go the distance, I can long things off. Whereas I'm with you, Lee. Like with this guy here, brother, if you're tapping my eye 17 times per round, and I'm clearly not faster than you, I'm stronger than you in it, so I'm just gonna rush you. But then,
I've just got to bang you. I've got to bang you up quickly.
But then, with the heavyweight boxing, if you start trying to lace man out
And you
and you're
miss,
missing,
yeah, and you
that's
miss, yeah, you
energy,
get
that's
tired.
energy that you're wasting.
Do you want me
So
to be do you want me to be honest with you? And I'm not even lying. The thing with Joshua, yeah, is I feel like he's too nice. Like
yeah,
he's everyone's brethren. So it's to
yeah,
a point where if someone said, "Do you want to fight Joshua?" I will say yeah, because you know what I think he would do. He will fight me, but he won't beat me up as bad as he can beat me up because he's a nice person.
Did you not
As
see that
opposed to going
tweet?
in the ring with someone else. They
Did
just
you?
want to go on.
So did you see that tweet that was going around? The tweet
No.
said, he said Anthony Joshua is a handsome Frank Bruno.
you
So
know
what they're
what?
saying.
I had
Yeah.
a conversation with an ex-boxer
I can
the
see.
other
I can
day,
see that. I can see that
and
though.
they said that, and they just asked me, I was in the barbershop, and they goes, "Do you think he's better than Frank Bruno?" And I said yes, and then I had to retract that because I
No, Frank
realized,
Bruno is more ferocious. I think he's a bit
no,
more
this is the
bit
thing.
more dirty.
Do you know why I said he's better than Frank Bruno? Because my memory of Frank Bruno as a boxer has been clouded by Frank Bruno as a person. I remember throughout all that time, it's the whole Uncle Tom thing. Hello, Harry. You know, the way the media painted Frank Bruno was that he was a bit slow. So initially, I'm looking at it like, nah, AJ is much better than him. When the reality is, as boxers,
You know what?
as boxers, and you know, they might not be that dissimilar. They might not be. I think it's been proven over the last couple of fights that AJ, are you as good as what your camp and the media has made you out to be? I don't know. I don't, and that's not a bad thing. It's not, you know, like it's not a bad thing. Do you know
No,
what I
it
mean?
is.
Like,
I like everything that it stands for, but I just think that you see the mind game element, and I think boxing just about just as what you do outside the ring as inside the ring. You know, no one just goes in the ring and just does the dirt. Like look at Fury, the mind games he does. He's a little bit dirty in the ring. All that works for as his advantage. Whereas no one's clean cut. Look at Muhammad Ali. He used to trash talk, do all of that. It's the mind game before that. And Joshua, to me, he's just too nice of a person. So it's like I think all these
But
opponents
isn't
can't
that
wait to
part of
get in the
his
ring with him.
brand? Isn't
Yeah,
that part of
it
his
is law.
brand?
It is, but it is law. But I feel like all the fighters can't wait to get in the ring with him.
Because he's
Like
nice.
they look forward to it because you know that
They're not
you know
scared
that
of him.
yeah, they know that. You know what? If he beats me up, he's not gonna batter me. He'll
Yeah.
just beat me up to the level of to do the fight. Whereas other fighters, they're gonna mash you up. Wilder is knocking your clean off, whether you're good or bad. He's going to take your head off. Where Joshua wouldn't do that. He'd be like, I'll just knock you out once and let you get out, and I'll knock you down again, and until they just throw the towel in for you. Do you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I won't give you my everything. And I feel like with that kind of mentality, that's what I'm saying. I don't see boxers scared. Dylan White can't wait to get in the ring with him.
Dylan White right now, will take off my man's head. Yeah, this is the thing, La. At the end of the day, it's war. It's war, and there's only so much Mr. Nice Guy will take you in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I felt the change a couple of years ago where people are like, bro, not every interview you do don't want to hear you like, first and foremost, we got to respect my man, we got to respect his mom, we got to respect his cousins.
Oh, you don't have to respect no one.
You understand? Like, big man.
We saying
Like,
you want to hear the Tyson. I want to eat his kiss. Word to Allah.
Brother, like you know what it is.
You want to hear some of that ruthless
Because the thing is, even though my man's had the belts and held the belts for how long, it's not like people are getting tired of the Mr. Nice Guy when he loses. People are getting tired of the Mr. Nice Guy when he was winning. It's just like, all right, you know, let me see you win it. And when you got man like Dillian White that are they're just saying it as it is. You understand? And that's.
Oh, when we're saying this nice guy thing, yeah. When did being the nice guy be the bad thing though? Ain't this what?
No.
Ain't these kind of the stereotypes we're trying to break down though as well? But I'm just saying devil's advocate to what we're saying.
Absolutely.
Look at Mayweather. Mayweather always brandishing his money and whatever. He's a master executionist, and then you got people that say, oh well, why would you show off your money like that? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like with AJ, he's minted. He don't ever talk about his money. He don't ever. Do you get what I'm saying? He's like what? How if you had a son, you'd love your son to be like AJ, no? That's the perfect image of a son, of a man. to
you're,
any man or woman, no? Any mum or dad, no?
you're right. You're right. But this is the thing. What I think what it is here is I think people have started to realize or started to feel that they don't believe it. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like I think for me, you know, when I'm looking at Dillian White and I'm looking at you, just, you know, there's so many times that Dillian White has said things that it's like, brother, but it's just so honest and from your heart. It's almost like people's attitude is like, bro, not every single press conference you do, it has to be rehearsed and that's what it seems like. Like you've seen AJ many a times, and he's just the safest guy in the world. You know, he will wait and make sure he's taking photos with everybody and signed every autograph and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? Before he gets, so I'm not even saying that it's fake. You know, AJ's AJ, and you're absolutely right. As a human being, your character is impeccable. Do you know what I mean? Like your behavior is impeccable. What you stand for is impeccable. You know, it's almost like he's trying to take boxing from the alleyways and the slums and make it an actual, like a gentleman's sport that is actually full of respect, you know, for your fans and for the people that you're fighting. I think right now it's just one of them things where it's just like people are just questioning, are you as good as what your team has made you out to be? And even if you're not, bro, you've accomplished something amazing. Like you really have, coming from where you're coming from and doing road and all of that kind of stuff and being in trouble with the police. And as you said, he's the perfect example to show any child, boy or girl, like, you know, you can go that way and you can go this way. And this way is hard work, which pays off, whether it's boxing, sport, science, builder, electrician, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
I'll show you got something. Look, I
Huh?
don't know if you can see this. Can you? Oh shit! Can you see that?
No, I can see the light,
I
babe.
can't even.
It seems like you're shining a torch at us.
Can't even see.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Is that you and AJ?
No, come back a bit more. You
Come
see
forward
the...
a bit.
Is that me and you?
No, right. Can you see that?
Who
I
is
can
that?
see. Who is that guy?
Do you know who that is?
Is that AJ's dad?
Well, I know that's you. I know that's you on the far left.
Yeah, that's my mum in the middle, and then the guy on the right is Oliver McCall.
Oh yeah, Oliver Cole. Yeah, I remember Oliver Cole.
He fought Frank Bruno, and obviously that's when Bruno won his title.
Yeah.
And he invited us to watch him fight Frank Bruno, so we actually went to the fight to watch it.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
Is it the fact that he had a breakdown during the fight?
Who, Frank Bruno?
No, Oliver McCall.
That's when Frank Bruno won the world title. But hold on 1 second.
What's the one when Oliver McCall started crying in the fight?
That was another fight. That was another. I think that was Oliver McCall's American, right?
Yeah.
And Frank Bruno from your hometown, but you decided to go to the big fight.
Wait, did Frank give me and my mum any tickets? No, he gave me, my mum, and all of her friends tickets to go and watch him fight.
Wait. So wait. Oliver McCall's got his arm around your mumsy like that.
Go and leave, because I didn't
after my mum is single, she even know one. I'm like, go, mummy, get that check.
So what? Did they lip? You think they lipsed? You think they lipsed after that fight?
No, they did not lips.
Be honest. Like, don't be naive. Don't be naive. Look at the way he's smiling in that photo.
I'll ask her later, but I'm pretty sure that was a
He's talking like, yeah, this is dinner time after this fight. You stay there.
No, he was really. Obviously my mum's a personal trainer, so we went to. There's a really lovely health farm called Henlow Grange, somewhere in Bedfordshire. And we went there with like a group of my mum's friends, and his training camp was there. So we met him and his whole training team, and they were cool. We took them to the local pub. They bought us dinner. Then they gave us tickets to come and see him fight. We were sitting at the front, and you know, we watched him lose to Frank Bruno. We were cheering him on and everything, but it didn't.
Can you imagine?
He lost.
Can you imagine?
Let me tell you.
I'm going to bring my new thing to a fight and lose. You must be mad.
that fight though it was like a BNP party. I've never seen so many
Is
British
it?
flags. Yeah, Bruno, all these white men, like proper, like you could tell any other day of the week they'd be cussing every black man in the
Yeah.
country, telling them about nignog this and nignog that. But when we were there, they were like, Bruno, beat him up, blah blah blah. We had a group of guys behind us. Obviously they knew that we were British. They were like, why are you cheering for Oliver McCall? And I just said, did Frank Bruno pay for these tickets? Do you not see
And
we're sitting on ringside here? So the least we can do is be like, they were like, okay, cool. And they left us alone. But I was kind of scared though. It wasn't a nice environment. I didn't like
Bruno
it.
had his blonde things around the other side of the ring. That's why.
Exactly. So
And
there
the
you
blonde
go.
bits around there, you know. Not along.
Yeah, but I'll ask Mummy about that story. But I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. She might not want to come clean straight away. So give her some time. Give her some time, innit?
Lee,
dear.
I see you driving up and down. Has this petrol crisis thing affected you?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. So I got the heads up on Friday that it might be mad, and I thought, you know what? Let me just full tank just in case. So I full tank.
You're pussy.
Yeah. No. So
Pussy.
Friday I done my thing. And then
How long did you have to wait?
Do you know what? No, I got it straight away. This is just before, literally just before the panic, innit? So it was like Friday afternoon, and then ever since it's been madness. Although obviously when I work late, 2 a.m, probably the best time. If you're looking to get petrol, anyone in the chat, go about 2-3. I know it's not really the most convenient time, but you get straight onto the drive. Like yesterday night, I went and filled up my 3/4 of tank, just another quarter, and I filled that up. It was about 2 a.m. Went straight in, on and off. Do you get what I'm saying?
What petrol station was this?
I done that on York Way. You know the one in York Way's got 2 entrances.
Do you know how many fights have popped off there?
I can imagine.
Brother,
yeah, I can imagine.
That one is peak. That one is high.
Wait, someone explain to me, who was it that told the public that the petrol is running out? Because now they're saying, please ignore it. Everyone's
not running out.
Shit.
So it's not running out. The problem is,
but who let the cat out the bag? Somebody said it. Where did this idea come from?
It was on what I know. It was on the news. From what I was told by various different people, I haven't seen it, but what I was told, somebody in the comments, if you know different, let us know. But what I was told, somebody come on the news and said, listen, there's going to be a petrol shortage. Fill up your cars and fill up an extra petrol can. That's what I was told.
Mm.
Okay.
And somebody with clout come on the news and said that.
So I heard, we've heard it all ever since all the other little rumors allegations that have come out. Or my weed smoking friends been telling me that, you know, obviously, and this one made sense to me. Petrol has a sell-by date. Yeah. So what it is due to the pandemic, they've got all this petrol that they need to get rid of. So what's the best way to get rid of the petrol? Is say there's going to be a shortage and everyone's going to overcook it.
Right,
do you get what I'm saying? Everyone's filling up their tanks to kind of get it so they can get ready for the next batch that's brewing instead of destroying the petrol. Do you get what I mean? So, and I thought, well, it kind of make that idea does make sense. And if you Google petrol, I think it has a 6-month sell-by date.
Like the thing is, first and foremost, I just refuse to call anyone that has something to say a conspiracy theorist. Do you know what I mean? Like every scientist that has ever touched this planet technically was a conspiracy theorist until whatever they was trying to prove was proven correct. Up until that point, everyone was like, "Nah, you're chatting rubbish, you're this, you're that, and that." So, you know, that doesn't surprise me. And honestly, I don't put anything past the government, because at the end of the day, this is revenue, this is money, and if all of that petrol gets, you know, thrown away or whatever, do you know how much money that we pay on tax for petrol? Lala, you see like let's say for argument's sake, petrol is £1 a litre. It's not, I think it's like £1.40 a litre. But out of whatever that is, I swear we pay something like 35 or 40% tax.
You know, we know we're getting bumped. Have you ever been to the States and put petrol in? And it's cheap.
It costs next to nothing.
It absolutely. You're like, what? Yeah. What am I getting? How am I getting done like?
But people forget nothing here grows. Like we have to import
Yeah, for real.
import everything in. Everything comes
Yeah.
in. So
We're not produce anything. And if and I
the
suppose
Brexit
if,
thing don't make no sense.
yeah,
And this is a result of it.
if you think 40%, how much petrol do you think gets bought on an average day in this country?
God.
About £1 million worth, couple £1 million
Probably
worth,
more than that. Has
40,
to be.
couple £1 million worth. 30 or 40% of that just gone, just wiped off. Just wiped off because you got to dash it. Yeah, it makes sense that, and and I think it might be a combination of, because there is a shortage of haulage drivers because of Brexit. There is a shortage of haulage drivers because of the whole COVID thing and everyone having to isolate if you've been pinged and this and that and that, and the cost of living going up, and these people are like, listen, I'm going back to my home country, fam, where I have a better standard of living and all of that. So I think it's a combination of probably about 2 or 3 things that have led to.
Oh wait, someone's just written. BP apparently announced they had 5 stations out of 1,200 without fuel stock due to a shortage of lorry drivers to deliver the petrol. And then the media ran the story, and then us like idiots took to the stations to go and buy the petrol, thinking that the petrol was running out, not the fact that we didn't have, it wasn't the drivers. Does that make sense?
I always knew it was the drivers, but the thing is, like, okay, so for me, irrespective of what car I drive, I've never let my petrol go below half a tank. And that, but for what I do, I get phone calls saying, oh, can you cut somebody in Birmingham? Can you cut somebody here? Can you cut somebody there? So, not so much now. Back in the day, my moves were mad, but I've always just stood by never below half a tank. So I will fill up regularly. But all of these people that are filling up, it's like the average car will do 300 miles on a full tank of petrol. What phone call are you getting that's going to mean that you need to go and do whatever it is that you need to be doing 300? Listen, like from my house to the barbershop is like 11 miles. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so all of these people that are doing this madness, and even then, you see, like, for what the average person does on the weekend, you go Sainsbury's, you come back, you might take the kids swimming or football, come back. On a weekend, you're probably spending maybe about £9 in petrol. Do you know what I mean? On whatever runnings you're doing.
But for some people, that £9 is a lot of money. A lot of money.
No, but what I'm saying is, to warrant you going and filling up your petrol, like, right, I'm going to run. See all of these people with the petrol cans? Oh my
God.
If I saw that when I filled up, I'm doing one of 2 things. I'm either rushing you, or I'm just phoning my brethren to come and follow you to your house. Like,
why don't people just call in sick? I don't get it.
What do you mean?
Like, just say I can't come in it. There's no petrol in it. I'll use this as my sick note. Use this as my sick note though. These times.
Only Lee would think of that.
I'll be thinking,
yeah, but to be honest, what about people who are like carers, who need to get to, like, to people who are sick? What about our ambulances? They run on petrol too. Fire,
I think them things, they got their own petrol pump.
Yeah, but the petrol still has to get delivered.
Yeah,
remember, the drivers apparently.
And then what happens as well is, if them ambulances are out there, if they've been on the road for X amount of hours and they keep on getting called, they don't necessarily have time to go back to depot to fill up.
Yeah, but they just put their lights on and they're gonna bust the thing anyway. It's not like they can't jump the queue. No one's gonna say nothing to them jumping the queue.
No, it's not. Yeah, but it's not about them jumping the queue. It's the logistics of it. Remember, the traffic. See, when I got petrol, I got petrol Upper Street, middle of Upper Street, last Saturday morning, about 6:30 in the morning. I was just driving to work. I didn't actually need I was down to a quarter of a tank, so I would have filled up anyway. I saw the petrol tanker there. Yeah, I'm like, right, I'm just swung in. I'm joining the queue. I was like 6 in the queue. Petrol tankers. I waited about 10 minutes. Petrol tankers finished. The time it took me to wait 10 minutes, fill up my car, pay and come out, it was a madness, Lee. The traffic was going from that petrol station in the middle of Upper Street way past the town hall, past the traffic lights. Yeah. What some guys done, some guys come from Angel and tried to bust and turn right into that little side road, didn't it? Thinking that it's small, when you know you got to go to the end and join. That caused a bag of madness. That's blocked the road. Buses can't get past. It's nuts. It's bro, I'm not sitting down in my car for hours. And I get it. People, I hope that the people that are sitting down in their cars for hours waiting for petrol actually really do need the petrol. Like, you really have got bits and pieces. Like, they're genuine people that have got things to do. Like, they've got to do things, you know. And even though we turn around and, like, people turn around and say, you know, public transport, Uber drivers need petrol. Black cab drivers need petrol. You know, them private ambulances, you know, that come and pick up, you know,
doctors, like,
they actually need petrol and diesel. So it's just a great
one cab man doesn't need petrol, does he, Lee?
Yeah, them man there.
Tank is buff right now. 3 days worth of work right now. You know what I mean? 3 days. Short jobs only. Shuttles.
Are you actually only doing short jobs though?
No, I'm not. I'll take every job that comes. I ain't worked for a whole year. I need to take anything that comes.
Natalie, somebody called Natalie Lashes says she filled hers up on Friday due to her son's medical condition in case she needs to take him to the hospital. In her area, ambulances haven't been able to get filled up. It's mad. Yeah, that's just
like the funny thing with her, I'm just gonna hot her up because I know who that is.
Hey, sorry, Natalie, I didn't know this was gonna happen.
I'm gonna hot her up. No, it's not even a fucking up thing. She had plans on the weekend just gone. Yeah. And those plans were like, there was a lot of driving involved. She just had to cancel it because it's just she would never have made it. Do you understand? See, like it's actually affecting people. And I had a conversation with her, and you know, when you think like, because basically how she broke it down, she goes, if something goes wrong and she needs to call an ambulance and the ambulance can't get to her because they've got no fuel, that's a madness. So she chose to cancel her plan because if that happened, she needed to make sure that she's got fuel to be able to get, you understand, to do, you know, when you're now thinking like that and you're seeing people like, I'm filling up their petrol cans because just in case thing, I hope your house catches on fire. I hope your house catches on fire.
Sorry, Natalie.
Not Natalie's house, these people's houses.
Other people.
But not Natalie's house, obviously. These other people's houses. But yeah, it's mad. And you know, we don't know how long this is gonna last. I thought it would only lasted a couple of days. Like even my nephew and Ace needed a haircut. Normally I'll be in the car driving around to their houses. Listen, come to mine, innit?
Well, what's it? To be fair, Ace lives down the road. He's got a bike. He needs to save his petrol. Everybody's got a bike.
Listen,
Come to yours.
Ace come to my house with his whole family and yam out my house. Yeah, that's what Ace done.
To bolt the door next time.
Yam out my house that one day. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's I don't know. Hopefully it ends soon. I was watching the news and they were saying by tomorrow it should be better on the petrol. Because the thing is, realistically,
wow. When I hear the news, that's what I hear.
Everyone should have got a petrol by now. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's been moving reckless. At some point, everyone's be like, yeah, I'm cool. And things should kind of balance back out and even back out again now.
Well, we will see, but it's just I don't know. This government is nuts. Everything from bloody, like we've had a mad year and a half, 2 years, and it's like big mental government decisions that are really messing up everybody's lives. And this petrol thing was it just takes the cake. It's just another comedy of errors, and it's just not funny. I don't even know why I'm calling it comedy of errors, but it's not funny. Because it's really affecting everybody, and people are getting more and more pissed off. So
It is mad. I said it the other day. It feels like this country,
It's the ghetto.
it just feels like it's a shambles. It feels like not like there's nothing solid. Do you know what I mean? It feels like there's nothing concrete in this country right now. Like everything's just in limbo. It feels like it's just a shambles.
One, not another one right now.
It just feels like it's all mad. Like like man could wake up tomorrow and hear anything, and it wouldn't even be you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't even be a surprise
At
anymore.
all.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me last night?
What
happened to me last night? So imagine, I got up at 2 a.m, and about let's say 2, 3, about 3 a.m, and I'm heating up my food. I put the washing on a spin because I'm a road man, and that's what we do at that time of the morning. and as I'm eating my dinner, I swear I'm in the kitchen eating my dinner. All the lights went out, bam, and the washing machine stopped, boom, power cut. For a minute, I thought a man was cut my power to break into my yard. I probably had that notion in my mind.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I was gonna unscrew a light bulb, sprinkle it on the floor near the garden door, get my borer out. Listen, I've never felt like this before. You know what it feels like when all your power goes, and you go out on the street, the lamp lights off, the next door neighbor. It was pitch. I've never seen so black in my life. I had to find 2 candles. The cooker wouldn't start. I don't know what was going on. My mind was going mad. And my chicken was just heated up. My food was ready to go.
Lee, this is what you would be like in a crisis, a proper crisis.
I'm telling you, man. I was moving like my man from Equalizer. and you know what you have to do when these things happen as well? You have to text the company, and then they text you, and so you have to text them. I didn't even know this. Because I was thinking, what the fuck do you do when there's a power cut? You have to text the company your postcode, and then they text you back. They charge you to text them. They charge you to text
Excuse
them
me?
for you to tell them, and then they got to tell you when the engineer's being sent out, what time roughly that you're going to get power. I was like, what is this? And then they started sending me texts every 10 minutes. I was like, listen.
So you can respond back so they can keep.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is this, man? This country's a bump. I'm gone. I'm going back to Jamaica, man, where things make sense. At least when it's a power cut, it's still going to be warm blood. It was blitz last night.
Man said he's going back to Jamaica.
He's going back to Jamaica, man. Like I came from there in the first place.
You understand? Man said he's going back. Before we wrap up this, I've got a quick relationship corner about the actual petrol thing. Just a quick one. Okay. But let's get your opinions on it. Basically, guy dating a girl, a man just chosen not to come and link his missus because he's claiming that he doesn't have any petrol, or the petrol that he's got, he needs to save it. He needs to save it. Emergency things. Now, this is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing. He was out on the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, but he might have been local, innit?
Hold on.
It already sounds dodgy.
He was out on the weekend. Mrs. has popped off like, but you've got time to go and see other people, bloody, bloody, blah. He was like, no, I didn't drive. My brother come and pick me up. So she's like, yeah, but why can't you get Uber to come and see me, this and that and that? And he's just basically like, yeah, but it's not essential, innit? Like, I'm only making essential journeys, bloody, bloody, blah. Yeah. She's like, is she right to pop off, or should she just forget about it?
Is that his main squeeze?
Well, he hasn't messaged me this. This is what she's messaged.
Is he her main squeeze though? Or did he link? What? I
was gonna say, is this like just a link, or is this a proper relationship?
She said it's her man, isn't it? Because
is she sure? Like, she's saying that's her man. Is he saying that's my woman?
In it. That's what we need to know.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't have another gap.
Right.
Wow.
That don't mean nothing.
But he went out. It was weekend. Boxing was on, man. She needs to understand. Not every week can be her week, man. Let the man do his thing, man. Don't suffocate him. You can't pop off, man. I think that explanation was very, and I'm doing it for the man them. I think it was a reasonable explanation.
No, it wasn't. It's bullshit.
It was a reasonable explanation. And obviously, what would happen if you got stuck at her house and then you couldn't go and make money in the week and pay for the holiday, and Christmas is
They
coming
just
up.
snuggle up together. Look, we've been in lockdown before, so he knows what to do. It's no different.
Poor man. Poor man. I can shout out a man for thinking about the future.
I didn't like, he said he's only making essential trips, but he's going on trips with his friend to where? Where was it? Where were they going?
But this is the thing. What his excuse was, this was actually planned way before this whole petrol thing. Now it wasn't even a case of she couldn't come. It was a man them night out for one of his brethren's birthdays, so it was planned. So it's just like it's been paid for. Like, you know, I didn't drive. Like my brethren aren't gonna come.
It was a man them night out.
Yeah, he goes, my brethren aren't gonna come and pick me up to bring me to your house. That's long. So, you know, it's a bit cold and callous, but I hear his argument still. I hear his argument.
Boy, I think she needs to qualify whether or not that's her man at all, because I don't know, it seems a bit shady.
Come on, like, look, you know, so what you're saying, if there's a petrol crisis, you know, and it's peak, and I'm saying, like, listen, I'm only doing essential journey, you know, my car drinks bare petrol, to come and link you and all of that, that's long, but I go out on the weekend and, you know, I didn't drive, I haven't spent any petrol money to get there, whatever else. What's wrong with that? My man, them aren't going to say, yeah, I'm a driver to go and link your missus.
You see, words have meaning. If I hear the words, I'm only doing essential journeys, and that essential doesn't include me in there, we're going to be having problems.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because I want to know what is more essential, unless you're not going to visit like your mum or somebody's maybe sick in your family. Those are essential things that I would like to be included within the mix. If it's anything outside of that, it's not essential. And I can bet you anything, whatever he considers essential is a bag of foolishness. Yeah, I need to find out what these essential trips are.
Oh, work, innit? Work and football.
Man's got to go barbershop. I've got to go visit Damon to get my lineup. It's things like that.
The man was just going to link up with his boys and have a nice weekend.
And now we're discussing him on Cut the Chat Relationship Corner.
Just saying. Use your words wisely.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I think it's time for me to go and have my dessert. La, thank you very much for landing. It's been no problem, man. No problem. Amazing having you on.
Always a pleasure.
Lee, you got a passenger in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you speaking like?
Yeah.
Lee, can I just say, the Fendi, what was it? Not the Fendi bag, the Hermes bag. Oh my God, you are a superstar. Because if it was me, that woman's not seeing her bag. I tell you that much. I would have struggled. I would have struggled. Because as you were telling the story, my heart was like, bring it to my house. Bring it to my house. No, you're a good guy for doing that, Lee, honestly, because a lot of people, eBay, kept everything.
Can I have that in writing?
Look at him. He can't even say it to say if you got a passenger in the back. Look at you. Look at you.
Lee, we'll let you get to work.
Yeah.
Your essential trips.
All right, go on, Lee. Crack on. Lala, thank you once again. Is there anything worth talking about from our listeners? Have they written in anything that we need to address, or
see what the listeners are saying? I think Sarah and KG911 are going back and forth. Sarah, you modding the duties will need to be. I don't know if she's been managing. Well, I'm supposed to be managing these comments, but I think Sarah's been doing it from within the comment group. Shouts out to Sarah. AOS says that the EU are laughing at us, as in the UK. Yes,
of course they are. Shambles.
Absolute joke. I heard on the news, KG911 says, I heard on the news that there was one company that provides transport to carry cancer patients around, and when they arrive at their depot in the morning, fuel was siphoned from their vehicles. Jesus Christ.
Mad. I heard people doing all of that kind of stuff as well. Wow.
That's horrible. But yeah, other than that, yeah, people. Hi, people. Hope you
Okay,
enjoyed the show
people, thank you
today.
very much for joining us. Sorry
Yeah.
that we were late.
It's all right. Things happen, innit?
Sorry that we were late.
We're there now.
We will try to do better and be better from now on. Thank you very much for being loyal and staying with us. Wishing you all a blessed. Shall I share this with you lot before we go? My son ripped out one of my dreads today. Mad thing.
Is that what Aisha was recording?
I don't even know. Nah, I recorded it. Lee can't even
I
comment.
go back and watch it because I was watching it on mute and I was like,
I know Lee wants to comment. He can't even comment.
Tell me what happened. Where's the dread? Where's the actual dread?
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna.
Is it that one there that's hanging there, Damon? It looks short. So short.
Nah, that's from my neck back, but it's about that long. Like he ripped out from that. Listen, it's
I
a long.
I told you to do it on Friday. He did it. I told you to do it on Friday. When I was with him on Friday, I told him to do that.
I'll talk about it in the next podcast. Happy belated birthday, Ace. I don't know if we said happy birthday to Ace last week, but happy belated birthday to Ace. Ace's birthday was last week. Actually, stay there before we go. Stay there.
Happy birthday, Ace.
When did he get his things up? Is he gonna get his things up?
Don't say that.
No, what's he gonna do?
I don't know, but don't
I
say
don't want to see that pork chop.
I'm scared. What the hell? Who got these made up?
This is exactly in his picture. Yeah. So for Ace's birthday, his missus done a surprise birthday for him.
Yeah.
We got these masks made. Ace is just amazingly cute in it. So we're all in the restaurant with these masks on like this. Ace has walked in the restaurant and he's looked around and he's literally walked up to us and he's maybe about 4 foot away from our table. And he's looking at us and then he's about to walk past. And I'm like, big man, are you okay? And he's like, right. He goes, imagine I'm walking through the restaurant and I looked at you lot and I thought, right, you look like me. That's exactly what he said. He goes, wow, I looked at it. And
continued walking like it was normal.
Like it was normal. But it was fun because he had to guess who was who because there was quite a few of us there.
That's a good game, actually.
And yeah, these things, we got enough of them made. So we're gonna continue to
it's quite unnerving actually seeing you do that. Actually, it's really weird.
Yes, man. Liv, you still got your one?
He said he's not dead. He's got. I think he's got a.
You probably make the missus wear it when she's going to bed, didn't it?
You're
laughing. Yeah, look at him. All right. On that note, we're gonna love you and leave you lot. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope to see you next week. Kaya, lock off the ting.
Bye, guys.